What I do know is a united minority caucus focused and determined to hold the Nana Addo Dankwa government accountable. There is increasing hardship in the country affecting ordinary Ghanaians. There is increasing cases of corruption and abuse of office that is not attended to by the office of the president. There are still some major legislative gaps. I still sincerely believe that Ghana should pass uh, a new law on criminalizing unexplained wealth as part of our collective quest to deal with white collar criminality, graft, and economic crime. So don't worry about that. We are very, very united. The party and the minority leadership and its council of elders have discussed those matters thoroughly, and we are guided by their wisdom, and we are guided by what they want us to do. We will not let the country down. I mean, we will hold government accountable. That is what is expected of us. I do not think that the matter of approval of ministers should be the sole yardstick for measuring the performance of the minority leadership.
But has there been any replacement for Akudeta Blapa on the appointment committee?
The speaker has not minuted his letter back to me, so I'd only act after I've received formal official correspondence from the office of the speaker on the matter, and the caucus will make a determination out of it.
Looking at the numerical strength in the House, I'm talking about NDC and NPP, Ghanaians expect a lot, especially from the minority. Now, would you say that there is a misunderstanding of the role of the minority, or because some people are saying that government is having its way too much?
On what matter, apart from the matter of approval of the ministers, if you know any matter that government had its way, you can share with me. I'm not aware of any. And even with that, some tactical and strategic lapses, they do occur, and it's natural that there will be some of those wrongs or misjudgment of the issues. What is important is for the NDC to hold together, that even if we are losing, we lose 137 intact, whole and intact. On any matter that we are voting, we should stand together strongly. I intend to observe just that religiously, but ultimately, these are responsible adults, and we would be guided, particularly on matters of policy. For instance, we would have a difficulty as a minority supporting an Ajapa transaction. So we should hold together. What is it that you want to monetize our mineral resources for 25 years for 500 million to 1 billion when the worth of our mineral resources is about 3 billion US dollars? And we are told that mineral revenue alone contribute about 4% of our gross national product. So you have to be curious what kind of support you give government. Very soon they probably will have to come to parliament on this their development bank issue. We need to debate it thoroughly, and we'll ask questions. Why didn't the Minister of Finance borrow to save those other banks, those other financial institutions in the country? He's collapsed several banks at a cost of 23 billion Ghana cedis and still counting, avoidable. They just needed 400 to 500 million at the time for recapitalization. You have ADB and NIB hemorrhaging financially. Instead of providing liquidity and capital for them, you are interested in borrowing to set up a new bank. To do what? What is it that NIB and ADB cannot do if they are given the needed capital support, capital inflow from the government? So again, supporting such an initiative of government will be difficult going forward, because fundamentally, why do you need a development bank? And then also take note, uh, Ken Oforiatta, Minister for Finance, almost every government receivable have been mortgaged. Get fund receivables, mortgage, Ghana Exim Bank receivables, mortgage against a Swiss bank borrowing of $100 million, get found 1.5 billion. National health insurance is running on bonds, and you say this is better and superior economic management.
You know all these issues, but you supported the majority side to approve of the minister.
It's not my duty as minority leader to give government good ministers. It's not my duty. I only act in accordance with law and in accordance with the constitution.
Mm. So now, during the vetting of the ministers, the contest contract, I know the minority side was on this particular issue, and we even made a point that
I'm filing a question in my name as minority leader demanding how much has accrued to Frontier Health Services and the sharing with the state to understand the extent to which that has contributed to our collective quest to combat COVID-19. But nonetheless, what you must accept is that there is a procurement infraction, that a breach of law that is not acceptable. Ghana is not the only country which is fighting COVID, and therefore, no excuse for somebody to tell me that because it's a COVID situation, the laws of Ghana should stand still. That doesn't happen anywhere in a serious or civilized democracy. Our laws must work. And I think that it was just an opportunity for someone's friend to have a front business to take advantage of innocent traveler. Why would you charge $150 per person, given the number of passengers who come in? That's lots of money. So why are you asking the World Bank and IMF to give you money again? Make the best use of some of those money if you utilize them well. We need to understand and we'll probe deeper into those matters.
so also during the vetting, Madam Osler also this to make available the number of radio stations that have been closed down, the first authorization and others to the committee. Now, do you know the details of that? Has he made that available? Because I know it's one of the reasons
Yeah,
why
we these are matters that I believe that when the NCA board is constituted, there will be matters that we'll be expecting some uh, decisions on them. I'm not aware that the board have been constituted. I've always cautioned against vesting regulatory authority in the hands of a minister. Ministers should be responsible for policy, and there must be a clear distinction and separation between policy pursued and what a regulator does.
Parliament is resuming. So what do you expect from the minority side?
We would be uncompromising as a minority in demanding and exacting accountability. We are looking forward to a probe and an audit of the utilization of COVID resources. Much of it was used for what you rightly can describe as an over-exploitation and abuse of incumbency in the 2020 election. They largely ran using COVID resources and not using it to combat the disease. And therefore, we are demanding a thorough audit into it. The economy is not in good shape. President Nana Addo Dankwa will be credited as supervising a trial of a crisis, precipice of an economic crisis, energy doomsday crisis, and a COVID crisis. My advice would be to him is Ghana beyond COVID and not Ghana beyond it. As Parliament comes back, we would also be demanding questions and answers to government over borrowing from the central bank. We are aware officially they come in to request for 10 billion Ghana cedis of financing from the Bank of Ghana. We are aware that they have exceeded 22 billion Ghana cedis. That is also in breach of law. Where did they get the authorization from? It never was ever authorized by the Parliament of Ghana. So the Bank of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance will have questions to answer. Understand that there is some transaction with another financial institution that I'm currently following. We need to know the level of the bank's, how much government owes the bank. We would make that publicly as we conclude our investigation into those matters. So expect an uncompromising minority in the second meeting of the 8th Parliament. We expect, as I rightly noted, the Speaker to be fair, impartial, and allow for thorough debate of the issues, and then for us to take decisions that are appropriate in the national interest. But essentially, today we all must be concerned about the growing and increasing hardship in the country and the deterioration in the quality of life of the Ghanaian. Nothing seems to be working for this government. Second term of the government with these political headwinds,